G'day collaborators and welcome to X-Morph Defense. This is a game that I got in the Humble Bundle 2019, December 2019 Humble Bundle. And yeah, at the moment I'm pretty impressed about it because of this main menu. I just want to talk about menus for a few seconds. Like, if you don't have a stellar main menu, you're probably a AAA game. But like, there are just some people that decide to just go all out with how the main menu presents itself, and this is one of those things that is just fantastic. Like, I'm just gonna click this how to play, boom, like, you see that? Like, you don't have to do this, but you can. Just the way the menus like build and collapse and all that sort of stuff. This takes development time to put in, and they decided to put that in, so like, it's good shit. Alright, let's just go ahead and start a new campaign, and go straight to normal. Why not? Charge a weapon, hold right click, and then release it to unleash its power. All weapons except automatic bombs have 3 power levels. Hold 3. Alright. Charger levels except. Okay. So, tower defense. Good. Alrighty. So, tower defense games. It's a very niche community, tower defense games. If you look at a game like. If you look at the styles like, for example, you know, first person shooters or racing games, even, you got this massive market. Like, a lot of people want to play it, but tower defense games? Not as many.
Scanning surrounding space. Habitable targets near the star located. Scanning targets. Geothermal energy. Gravity. Minerals. Distance to star. Landing target selected. Initiating harvester cores.
Oh yeah, that was one of the only things I read about this. You're playing as the alien and you're actually invading Earth, so this is good news. It's a nice little flip of the conventions. But yeah.
Harvester entering the atmosphere. Prepare for landing on the planet's surface.
Always love good use of physics there.
A huge object has hit the ground south of the city. Eyewitnesses claim that it was some kind of spacecraft. Police and emergency services are en route to the impact site. This might be our first contact with an extraterrestrial civilization.
Our core has been surrounded by local life forms, initiating the X-Morph fighter to scout the area.
Interesting. Okay, so move, next weapon, previous weapon, next wave, ghost mode, and connect fence. Okay, these will obviously make more intuitive standing points later on.
This thing is flying too close to our core. Drive it away.
The aliens are shooting at us! Call the army!
Oh, that's cool. No one survives.
Initiating the first phase of the operation. Our goal is to build an energy harvesting infrastructure and to create a geodetic network encompassing the entire planet.
The aliens are firing on civilians. We're sending rapid response units to stop them.
Is this StarCraft 2?
Alpha Squadron ready for action. Let's shoot some aliens.
Meow.
Gunships attacking the alien.
I really do love these physics effects. But anyway, so I've read only a little bit about this game, and I know it's a tower defense, and there's not many people that you can really sell tower defense to. It's a very niche community, and I happen to be a part of it. I love tower defense myself, and like anti-tower defense, which is essentially what we're playing right now. Right now we're just doing like shoot 'em up sort of things. But anti-tower defense is an even smaller subset of tower defense, which is what I believe this game is going to turn into. Because I imagine like we're going to set up like towers and things and whatnot, and I imagine that's going to be what's going to be.
Rapid response
so.
forces have been destroyed. We are sending ground recon units before the main attack.
I imagine I can...
These vehicles are a threat to our harvester core. Destroy them before they can reach it.
Can I... Grey. Alright, here we go. They're entering into the anti-tower defense.
Air support attacking aliens.
Because you see the mobs of... Oh no, this is not anti-tower defense, this is just normal tower defense. Right, if it was anti-tower defense, then I'd be controlling these, the incursions. I'd be playing on the opposite side of this conflict, but I'm not, so... That is, I'm playing on the human side, sending the units to attack the core. So this is just normal tower defense.
The invaders destroyed all of our
Which is good
reconnaissance
news.
forces with ease. We have to stop them before they destroy the whole city. Prepare a joint air and ground strike force.
Native defense forces are stronger than we anticipated. Their attack paths have been calculated. We have placed a defensive tower to help you. Defend the core at all cost.
Yeah. And I decide when the humans attack.
Light mobile squad reporting. Advancing to target rapidly.
Kaboom!
Air units are getting shot down.
And I also like the fact that there's only one, like, I guess, attacking axis, I suppose, or attacking
Air
plane.
support attacking aliens.
How this airstrike, strike from the air, will still attack the enemies on the ground. So I do like that. I don't have to change my state in order to attack these ground ships if I'm attacking airships and whatnot. It's good stuff. This looks kind of fantastic, to be honest. Let's be real. I'm glad I got it in the Humble Bundle.
Warning, we are anticipating a stronger enemy attack wave. We have to build more defense towers. To build a defense tower, switch your ship into the ghost mode.
The ghost mode.
Initiate build mode.
Initiate build mode. Okay. Left click. Okay.
Confirm the build instruction.
Yes. Cool.
Warning, we are anticipating a stronger enemy attack wave. You can build additional defense towers.
Here.
Building towers uses resources from the core. Each tower uses one resource unit. You gain more resources by destroying
Is that down at the
waves
bottom
of
left
enemy
there?
units.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna build it right on this building here. Why not? Nice. Cool. And I think I can use one more boy. So obviously I'm gonna find out what those thingies are when the lines get drawn between the towers. I imagine those are fences, the kind of thing that damage units that goes through, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so let's go ahead. I'm just gonna put a boy up here right on. Nice. I can put one more, I think. No, I can't. Alright, sweet.
We're
Boom.
sending more units in the second attack wave. Armored units will be ready to strike in the next wave.
It's like
Light ground support moving fast. Confirming visual on
it's
the
like
enemy.
so campy. I love
Air
it.
support experiencing heavy losses. Jet fighters in the zone, attacking the aliens.
Humvee team engaging hostile.
You see, I'm really terrible when it comes to deciding whether or not a game takes itself seriously. I just know a subset of games like Saints Row doesn't take itself seriously, and Call of Duty does. That's pretty much all I know, and I can't determine whether or not if this game itself is taking itself seriously. I mean, considering that, like, the general's talking about, we're sending more units in the next attack wave, like, that kind of tells me that it's sort of taking the mickey out of itself, but, you know.
Detecting heavier enemy units, we have to block the direct attack path with a laser fence.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
You can connect defense towers with laser fences to make enemy paths longer and to gain time during the attack.
Nice. So what can I do? This if I put a tower here, and then another one, one tower here, for instance, and then another one here. How do I make that fence? Oh, I put a laser fence here, and then like that. Oh, brilliant! Nice stuff, mate. Nice stuff. Cool. Alrighty. I just like it how they're just casually, like, not even trying to attack my towers, though. I didn't see if they were, but... Let's go!
The aliens have begun to expand their base and are raising new structures.
I don't know why you didn't send out
Armored
these
units
tanks
are
the
on
original
site
time,
and ready to spearhead the next attack wave. They should get past those towers.
Oh, okay, we're just gonna move this way. We're not even gonna attack the towers here, mate.
Gunship ops team, ready to begin mission.
Excuse me, what? What did you say about me? Yeah, like these tanks aren't even like they're not even doing anything. It's the little guys that are actually doing something.
Jet fighters in the zone, attacking the aliens.
I see that these jet fighters, the air units. Ooh. So every tower defense game has a mixture of like ground units and air units. Air units that don't get affected by the path that your ground units take.
Gunships attacking the aliens.
Usually the air units are the most annoying part about any tower defense game because all of the lovely tower defenses that you're building up just get ignored. The air units just like, I'm gonna go this way instead. But it's good that in this game the air units here seem to be more focused on attacking me as opposed to the core, and I believe I am expendable but my core isn't, obviously. So it's nice to see that these air units here aren't as annoying as they are in some other tower defense game. So, yeah, good shit. So something that I'm always interested in, little details, is how the rubble of the enemies actually
A
decay.
strong enemy attack is incoming. Prepare for a fierce fight.
So how the carcasses, the fields of enemies decay. This goes all the way back to how I used to play Age of Empires 1, and the thing that I really loved about that game. Yes. No, they don't sink into the ground. They sort of like disintegrate. I love that. It's brilliant. I don't like games that just make the enemies just disappear out of the environment. That's not fun. But when they actually take the time to animate or use the textures to do this, and then I'm gonna do okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell this boy, remove this gate. I'm going to okay, so that guy's coming around here, and then I'm going to... Oh, you cheeky bastards. That's what I can do. Oh, actually, wait, I'm gonna bring him... I'm gonna make him go down around this way and then up this way, so... but then I'd have to block off this path here, so... And I can't do that, so I may as well just go like this. It says something about completing gates, but anyway. So these guys are actually light forces, and these guys are actually heavy forces. So I tell you what, I'm gonna bring these guys up this way. So if I go like this, oh. Okay, so these guys are going to come up this way, and then they're going to come around here. Good news. Because then these guys will also be able to attack. And and these guys can still attack here. But I tell you what, I think I might sell you. So something else that I've noticed, difference between this game and majority of majority of tower defense games, is that selling units doesn't seem to have an effect on the amount of resources that I have. In many tower defense games, the convention is when you sell a tower, it doesn't give you back as much units or resource units that you did spending on it. That you had spending on it. So it seems in this game that it encourages you to, because what that does is that it discourages you from just putting towers everywhere and then selling them and shit like that. But this game seems to want you to rethink about your turret path to see how well you can optimize it in the next run, which I honestly kind of like. So yeah, good stuff even further. All right, let's keep. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna, I can just move them too. Okay, I didn't know that. Obviously I'm gonna figure out that I can change the weapon of the tower, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway.
The ground around the alien structure is being covered with a strange metal, and we are observing an increasing number of alien towers.
One sec. G'day, Bob.
Is that... Oh, X-Morph defense.
Really? Do you?
Yeah, I saw it when I was at Planet once. They had it's like a sort of like a test platform for some graphics cards or whatever.
Really?
And I was like, oh, that game looks sick, so that's
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I got it in the Humble Bundle. So, yeah. That's actually kind of interesting, to be honest, because I've never heard of this game before. And I'm usually the tower defense buff. Probably, yeah. Interesting. Interesting stuff. So you hear that, folks? Bob knows this game.
Looks like the base is growing.
These aliens are definitely hostile. We can't let them spread. Civilian casualties are secondary. Prepare a stronger assault force.
Tanks joining the attack.
Tanks joining the attack. I'm not really attacking though, you see, that's my thing.
Air support attacking aliens.
And like, the other thing that I can really appreciate about games in general is when they try to give you that sort of that sort of power fantasy type situation. This is a little bit less that, since it does seem like the enemy they'll have quite a bit of a stand against me. But you get that same thing with what was that game called? I think it's like Earth Defense Force or something like that. It's like a PS2 game that that's made its way onto the PC. It looks like a PS2 game anyway. But like, you're essentially a super soldier that you run around and just destroy shit. And this is kind of has a similar vibe to that. And I do like the little fact of the enemies glowing a certain color when you hit them, depending on how much health they have. Alright, this is the last wave.
Aliens are using advanced tactics against our forces.
Advanced tactics? I'm just flying around and shooting them.
Directions at once. We're sending everything we've got at the alien core. If this doesn't work, we'll have to authorize the use of Tarantula Mark V.
Tarantula Mark V?
Warning,
Oh boy.
a very strong attack is incoming. You can freely move towers or build new ones to shape enemy paths. It is recommended to make their paths as long as possible.
Hell yes, I'm gonna make these paths so long they won't even know what hit them. Oh, okay, so that's what the blue means. Okay, so the blue, the light blue, sorry, is like, this is where the laser gate's gonna go to. Okay, alrighty. Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down, mate. Now, the dark blue is obviously potential enemy pass, so if I just chuck a tower like right here, they're gonna map around it. Okay, I see. And then I'm also gonna chuck a tower just right. Can I do it here? And then what I can do is connect this gate here, and they'll, yep, nice. Alright, and then I don't have any more.
Not enough resources.
Not enough resources. Rightio. So, this is very interesting. No, I like this. Alright, let's go. And I do like it how it's, like, not only that it is telling me what units I can expect in this wave, but also how it's doing it. It's giving me exactly, like, these oh! I didn't notice that! Oh, that's awesome! So, not only is it telling me which enemies are going to come from which exit, but something I just noticed then is that it's going to tell me how many units are going to occupy this part of the path. So 45 tanks and 120 little guys are going to end up going through this path here, because that's just all of them added up. So 9 tanks are going to come out of here, 9 tanks are going to come out of here, 9 tanks are going to come out of here, and when you add them all up, you get 27 tanks. That is awesome. Thank you for giving the decision to make that. That's brilliant. No other tower defense game, I think, has ever done that before, so that's bloody brilliant.
1 minute.
It's good stuff. This is good stuff. I kind of want to know what happens when I
Air
get killed,
support
but
engaging hostiles.
kind of wasn't up my eyes then. No, especially not at this stage. Wait for it. Now! Yeah, there's a lot of like just pure game design decisions that goes into some of these choices. Having there only be one attack plane, these bullets are clearly going like way over these buildings even, but I can still attack these tanks. There's a distinct game design decision that goes into these sorts of choices. And having the paths add up together to tell you how many ships are going to go through that specific part of the path is also another game design decision that they had to decide to say, okay, I'm going to put that in, I'm going to spend time on it. And so, yeah, you really can't take many things in a game for granted. Games don't just exist in a vacuum. They don't just exist in a...
Won't be here in time.
They don't just happen,
we must
you know?
use our weapon of last resort. I'm authorizing the use of Tarantula Mark V.
General, there's still civilians in the city. Can you confirm the order?
I say again, initiate Tarantula Mark V. We have no choice. If we lose, the civilians will have no chance to evacuate.
Well, they're kind of having no chance to evacuate anyway, since you're sending in a giant fucking death robot and destroying your own building. That seemed like kind of a waste. You could have just went over that building on the left there.
Yes, sir.
Warning, the human war machine can travel our towers. We will collapse a large structure on its path to gain time.
You see, what I'm doing is reasonable because I'm the aliens trying to stop a massive death robot. And now, oh, now it's turned into like a bullet hell boss destroy. Oh, that's cool. I just died.
Been destroyed. It will be reconstructed at the core each time when this happens. However, it takes some time. You will be defeated only when the enemy is destroyed.
Like, So, I will have a bit about talking about tutorials or something like that. You don't have to tell me that, because this happens immediately afterwards. So, yeah.
The aliens collapsed a building on our path. Heat signatures indicate that there are still live civilians inside. Let's try to go around it. Leg critically damaged.
Oh
We
god.
have to stop and rebalance the platform load onto the other legs.
It looks like the legs are this machine's weak spot. Destroy the legs to make it stop.
Gunships
Oh, you guys are gonna die, so I'm just gonna... Still gonna die, okay. Okay. Oh! Oh! Okay. Whoop! Whoop! Okay. I've never really been good at bullet hells myself, so... I seem to be doing pretty well at the moment, so... Oh man, these buildings dynamically destroy themselves! Oh, that's brilliant! And I also like it how the enemy's bullets are... Whoop! I just died. The enemy's bullets are painted on the map. Look, it's dynamic! Oh, mate! You didn't have to do that, but you did.
This machine is heading towards our core. You have to stop it before it comes too close.
Second leg damaged. Tarantula is stopping the load rebalancing. Call in air support. Jet fighters ETA 3 seconds.
Yeah, you see that? The building like has specific individual segments that get destroyed. Oh, okay. So the head's the only thing that's left here.
Tarantula lightly damaged. Main
Lightly
integrity
damaged?
is 75%.
So obviously I'm gonna wait until he's in a...
Third leg damaged.
Oh.
Platform balance is critical. If they destroy the last leg, the platform will collapse.
Oh, okay.
Air support your location 1 minute.
Oh, but I destroyed the last... Okay, all the legs are destroyed then. I figured that'd be a thing where it's like I can either focus my fire on its head or I could destroy all 4 of its legs. I feel like when a reviewer or whatnot is talking about player choice, that's some of the things that
Main hull
you
integrity at
can
50%.
either spend your time destroying 4 individual things to destroy the main core, or you can just destroy the main core as well. Yes, you can! Okay.
It is a serious threat. Destroy it.
I like that. You can either decide to focus your fire on the 4 individual limbs, which probably your towers won't target, or you could just attack the main thing that your...
Tarantula
main
has
part,
been
so, I don't know.
annihilated. All remaining units, retreat. We have to fall back and regroup.
Congratulations. Despite the surprise attack, you fended off all enemy
I also like
units.
the way that
We
these
didn't
like
expect
metal
to
pieces
encounter
are expanding
intelligent
outwards.
life forms.
Ah, this is
However,
cool.
the harvesters have already begun to land, and we must continue. The next cores are approaching the atmosphere according to the planetary assimilation schedule. Move your consciousness to the next landing site.
Alrighty, so that was the first mission of X-Morph Defense, and debris collected. Shoto. Shoto a heckin' minute. I did better than 46% of players on this mission. Nice. Yeah, it's because I regenerated 3 bloody times. That's probably why. But yeah, nah. So that was the first mission of X-Morph Defense. And I've got to say, this is a brilliant bloody game. I'm liking the way that it's doing its thing. and all the like the decisions that you made in the process of developing this this game. You didn't have to do the things that you did, but you did, and that's what I really appreciate about it. So yeah, no, this is brilliant. It's good stuff. I'm pretty sure these guys, let me just have a look at what their actual name is, because I've forgotten what their name was. If I just continue here, if I go back, is there a name here? No. Okay, they do have a new game. Okay, let's just whip. Boom. Alright, so if we go to the store page here, so X-Morph Studios, they do have a new game, and I'm pretty sure it's something different, but I can't tell what it is at the moment. But it's pretty brilliant at the moment. Like this game is pretty damn brilliant. I'm excited to see what else I can get up to it. Not going to do it online though. I'm going to play it on myself. But I'm just going to say, I'm absolutely loving your first primary, the primary mission in this game, I guess, the showcase mission or whatever, and you did very well. And like the other thing, of course, like you didn't have to spend as much time as you did like animating the main menus, for instance, but you did, and like you didn't have to, but you did. So that could probably actually sum up the majority of like my experiences, like my review of this game just as it is at the moment. You didn't have to, but you did. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, so that is X-Morph Defense, mission 1. And yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. If you managed to get this far, thank you so very much, and I will see you in the next one. But as for now, this is Quillo signing off. Goodbye, and good luck.